Hello and welcome. My name is Lucia Cirki. I'm a journalist, and early this year I traveled to Ukraine for Helvetas and visited several school shelters in the Poltava region, places where children can continue learning in safety even during air raids, thanks to support from Helvetas. Today I'm speaking with Anastasia Kostyuchenko, who is part of the Helvetas Ukraine team. She works closely with those affected the most by the ongoing war. Together, we want to give you a glimpse into the daily reality of life in Ukraine and show you how your support truly makes a difference. Can you tell us more, Anastasia, about daily life, the current daily life in Ukraine? Because the war seems to be no longer always on the front page of news. The reality for people in Ukraine but remains very difficult. Can you tell us what are the current circumstances for people in Ukraine?
Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, Russia continues to adapt and innovative in a fast pace. Despite ongoing international sanction, it has found the ways to quickly modernize their weapons, and as a result, is Ukraine now facing nearly daily massive combined missiles and drones attacks launched against the civilian population across the different cities.
You mentioned the ongoing missile attacks by the Russian army on Ukraine. Can you tell us a little bit more in detail how families and especially children are still affected by these daily air attacks?
Summer months, children are currently not in the school. The classes are not taking place now. But the shelters that Helvetas has equipped remain fully operational and continue to serve their broader communities during these air raids. I found actually some statistics that according to the public air raid from the full-scale invasion started, so February 2022, and by the end of July, it has been more than 63,000 air alerts across Ukraine. And the some longest recorded is a 50 hours in Kharkiv Oblast. The region is remains a key area of intervention Helvetas. This statistic is underlines the crucial importance to provide the safe shelter more accessible to not only for education, and also for the people who are living nearby. For example, the impact Lyceum in Poltava Oblast that you have visited this year. This school is hosted 15 classes, including the 8 inclusive classroom. And thanks for this equipped shelter, this education, they still to be able to continue operate and in-person education, and even the children with special needs could have the safe.
What would you say? What difference does it make for the children in their lives that they have like these places where they can be safe during air raids?
Maybe it's more crucial, actually, not only for children. It provides for their families, especially for the mothers that has no autonomy and mobility. The same evidence it could be based on COVID lockdown time. Yeah, today the impact is more profound in Ukraine. The additional education disruption is a real ongoing threat, also physical harm due to the war. And for example, Helvetas is recently conducted their study of women unemployment during their wartime, with specifically focus for their labor potential. Some findings that in the region, so this study was more conducted to the close at the front line, and the statistics show that many schools and kindergartens operate either online or in hybrid format based on the security situation. And this gender imbalance is unpaid domestic and care work becomes even more pronounced in such circumstance. When kindergartens and schools not operate online, the women should stay at home in a more safety situation with their children that is affected to their access to the labor market. Some statistics show that almost 60% of mothers reported that their young children stay at home most time because it's online or hybrid format or health-related reason. And it's now crucial that for children have access to safe and simultaneously in-person education. It not only enables their continuous learning, but also allows parents, particularly women, because they're staying at home with children, the opportunity to remain to workforce and access to the labor markets. That's why the Helvetas support the development safe learning environments based on the reconstruction of the shelter facilities and provide this education access and women's economic improvement during this wartime and even their after wartime.
To summarize what you just described, the situation in Ukraine, is it correct to say so when Helvetas helps to build shelters in schools, Helvetas is directly also helping mothers so that they can go to work and they can be, active in the labor market and are not forced to stay at home because the children can go to school and so the mothers can go to work, if I summarize that correctly?
Definitely, yes. So Helvetas is just a commitment to create safe learning environments, because based of the equipped shelters, their government could allow specific these schools and kindergartens within the region to have offline education. Based on this offline education, it's opportunity to parents, especially mothers, to their labor market.
What gives you strength to carry on with your work?
Maybe keep motivated the fact that me and we, like Helvetas Ukrainian team, live in this reality as of self. So the majority part of our team members, it's partner organizations, service providers, it's Ukrainians. And we are working in a region that's heavily affected by the war. It's a particularly north and east part of our country. And we are just not reading this missiles attack and horrors in the war in the news. Yeah, we are living through this one. We are sleeping in corridors. We are going to the shelter multiplies time per day. We even reacted to every loud noise, so even if we are out on country in some business trips. I am personally from Kharkiv, and Kharkiv region is the most priorities for now within different project, and I could be proud of this, that I'm a part of rebuild my region. Yeah, I'm a part to rebuild all Ukraine. We are deeply grateful for the support that helps us move in that direction and support all international partners, all Ukrainian partners to rebuild Ukraine and to make our life is more sustainable.
Thank you so much, Anastasia, for sharing your insights and your strength with me today. I hope this conversation shows how much your support means to Ukrainians, to Ukrainian families, to Ukrainian children, and I hope that people understand better why every donation, no matter the size, helps to protect children and to support mothers especially and make a real difference in their lives. Thank you so much.